Is a year since we had the last one? 6 months. Okay, good. Oh, my sense of recollection is bad. But I'm so happy to be here for many reasons. One is that you all know that I grew up in this industry, and for many years, all I wanted was for a ministry that recognizes my work as a creative artist, and for someone in authority to be available to answer any question that I have. And so for me, when I hear that young people are having their own confab, I think that my responsibility is to support them in whatever form that I can. Abraham, thank you for accepting to be here. Please show some love to Abraham. Abraham works with Gamro. And when Hassan told me that he wanted someone to speak on copyright, I thought that he's my own guru in the industry as far as that is concerned. And I asked him to be here, and I'm so glad that you came. We can't afford to pay you, though. You know that, don't you? Good. So this is a good exercise that you're all having, sharing ideas, finding out new ways in which you can do the things that you already are doing, and also hearing people who can advise you and direct you to protect your work. Ostramba, Afua. The kinds of things that Ostramba, for example, is doing, I think needs to be patented for the fear that someone else will take the work and run with it. As I have seen on social media these days, I've seen that there's a hinema on social media having been done by one who? You haven't seen it? Oh dear. Well, someone in Italy or the US somewhere. I can't remember now. My recollection is bad. But this person has done a hinema and is selling it and taking credit where he shouldn't. And that's why I'm happy that you put this time round, you've put the education and copyright strongly in this confab. But distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I've just returned from the Ghana Association of Writers, where the new executive have been sworn in. And we've had a beautiful morning. That is why I'm late. I had to be there to participate in that activity. What the theme of that activity was is that we need to protect our heritage. And how can we do that? Through writing, through the songs that you sing, through the plays that you write, as Chief Mumin is doing, through all the kinds of things that you're doing. We cannot continue to have an unfettered appreciation for other people's way of life and expect that we can do well. If you look around this country now, very rarely will you find a building where you can sit in it without electricity. It is next to impossible to have a building now that you can sit in without air conditioning. What happened to our own architecture? What happened to our own design? What happened to wearing the fabric that can breathe? What happened to the heritage that was passed on to us? We need to stop and think and re-examine the direction in which we are all going. We cannot be headed towards Kumasi and insist that we want to get to Cape Coast. And you're facing Isawam Road and you're going to Cape Coast. When you can face Kaswa Road, absolutely. So it's a mindset that we all need to change. I am not here to preach politics. I'm here to say that I have a role to play and remind you most humbly that you too have a role to play in changing the dynamics, in changing the narrative of development, of the development of this country. That the choices that you make on a daily basis, the choices that you make every week, the choices that you make on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis, all of those together is what is going to make it work. For as long as Selina Bebb and M. Sims and Horseman produce, for as long as they commit time and energy to produce, you owe it to them to buy the products. You didn't clap. I love it for that clap, but it's a good thing. We need to learn to appreciate each other. Too often, I grew up in this industry, too often, an actor or a poet, as Ramsoni just did, will rehearse time and again And until they go into the areas which I don't want to listen to, by the way, the parts that go into the, you know what I mean. It's about the car, no, it's about the car. We are still thinking about the car. But an artist spends time, writes his script, and rehearses, and then they stand in front of you and perform, and you can't even show appreciation by clapping. We are people who don't learn to celebrate each other. We celebrate failure. We are praying for you to fail so I can shine. But guess what? For as long as you spend that energy praying for me to fail, you have not begun to pray for yourself. Can you stop wishing me ill and wish yourself well? Can you stop wishing other countries well and wish your own country bad? You live in it. I live in it too. It's not about liking me. It's about liking yourself. It's about liking yourself enough to appreciate a work black fertility over. But where? As was okay. But you go. It's about appreciating kenke and fish over. I didn't say that. The media is here. I'm being very, very careful. You want to draw me into trouble, but I won't get there. But let your imagination go wild. The daily choices that you make, that is what will change the story. When you have the opportunity to tell the story of Ghana, of Africa, what kind of story do you want to hear? What kind of story are you writing? If you write the ones that has success only in the voodoo shrine, that's what you're leaving. That's the legacy you're leaving. If you write a story about girls saying they're beautiful only when they can show half of the things that they should cover up, I'm daring to trouble, aren't I? But thank you so much. Yes, thank you. There's always one person, or at least one person, who agrees with me, which is good. But for as long as you celebrate the negativity about your heritage, you are part of the problem. You're not a part of the solution. You are only a part of the solution when you make the choices that lifts high the red, gold, green with a black star even higher. I was appointed by His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama. Were you hoping that I'll say no to the appointment? Think again. I was going to say yes, and yes, and yes. Why? Because I qualify for the appointment. Because I have something to offer. That's why I'm here. That's why I went to Ghana Association of Writers this morning. That's why I spoke at that event. That's why they honored me. I thank them. That's why I ran here eating Ghanaian beans with my girlfriend over there. Please show some love to Sarah. This is Sarah Gaston-Ma. You can Google her. She's an artist. She lives in New York, and she's an amazing woman. When you put her name in that computer, you'll know what I'm talking about. But that's why I was eating the Ghanaian beans with Sarah, so I can run here. Because I believe in this industry, because I believe in you. Because once upon a time, 33 years ago, and counting, I was in this same position. I was in this same position looking for help, looking for someone to pay attention to me. And so I can say, yes, I will accept this appointment, and God help me to do the best that I can for God and country. But you don't have to be in this appointment to do well for this country. And my story, my work has been about this industry. It was not for money. We weren't paid much when we did poetry, when we danced. We did it because we loved what we did. Speak to David Donton, speak to Edina Matachi, speak to Mauli Somerville. We worked because we loved what we did. Where is the passion gone? Why is it all about money now? Why is it all about money now? Because somebody is telling you that I'm signing some fat check in my office. You choose to believe it, God bless you. I can't stop you from thinking what you want to think. I can only tell you my reality, my truth. And my truth is that I have not signed anything. I have only, every day, repeated in my head when I'm leaving my house, what His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama told me when he swore me in as the Deputy Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts. He said to me, to whom much is given, much is expected. And I've tried to live that. Whatever space you're in, you too can strive to live that. And in doing that, you're only supporting me to lift high the red, the gold, green with a black star. God bless you all. And I thank you very much for having me. And enjoy the weekend. Stay out of trouble. Thank you.